Welcome back to Hel Talk. On this episode, it's going to be just me and Miguel. Matt might jump in sporadically, who knows. But this episode, we're going to talk about ROC states, specifically Indiana, where Matt and Miguel played. Hopefully, we could get maybe an interview from Matt, being that he got second place. But um, we still have Miguel's overseeing of Indiana, and then we'll also talk about Wisconsin states and Illinois states after we talk about Indiana. So let's go straight to Miguel and ask, how was Indiana State?
You know what? It wasn't bad. Um, the field was very different than I anticipated.
How so?
I think there was only one prime rogue and maybe one or two prime cables.
Really? I didn't even really think to look at that.
That was the one thing that surprised me the most. I think it was one prime rogue, and I was like, why is this figure not being played as much?
For as good as she is, yeah.
Yeah, that's what threw me off.
Well, if I'm correct, there was how many SOVs were there? Was it just there was 5 teams using them? Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know I saw 3, but I didn't know what the exact number.
Yeah, still Predagon and Black Panther Copycat still the most used pieces. But going to the next highest played piece, alongside with SOV is Abomination. Was there any Abomination? How'd you feel about him?
So I actually played against Nate White. He was using Prime Abomination. He was using the running Patrick Frazier's build.
Okay.
So I like that build a lot. I think the Halt Mutant with Animal Man on Destroyer is the best way to. Wow. The Halt Mutant with Animal Man on Prime Abomination, I know it's a Destroyer. So the way he was doing it, right, was the same way. Well, no, he did it differently than Patrick Frazier. So, and I'll explain the difference, right? So, what Nate did, he put barrier, right, and put Prime Abomination and behind blocking on an indoor map. So I couldn't get to. It's like almost like you're doing like a little force field, right? So
Yeah.
the difference between him and Patrick, what he did, right? So Animal Man, right? You get the fish symbol. He actually puts them in water, and then obviously you flip the Hulk mutant and you walk into water. So now you can't shoot them within 4 squares, and you can't get to them in 4 squares. So you literally have to move or pass turn.
Well, yeah,
I thought that was pretty good.
Halt Mutant is definitely the that thing is crazy.
Yeah, I think that's better. It's probably better than Canon Event.
So, what were you running? Let's get that out of the way. Let's go to the dark side of the force here and just go over what you ran.
So, well, obviously I ran the same team, but a couple twists. The same team I ran at the Fall Festive. It's the main force juice, Cap Peg, the 400 point Spider-Man from that kit. It was the good one, the Miles Morales.
The Miles Morales. Okay.
The Hal Jordan, from Lantern Legacy to defend with the plus
Blue
one
Lantern.
modifier. Yeah, Blue Lantern Hell, Copycat, and Per Degaton.
And then you also had, I believe it was Animal Man on Beetlejuice, and then Destroyer on Hal Jordan, Longsword on Captain America, Mjolnir on Spider-Man, correct?
Yes.
And then for your sideline, you had Fortify, Halt, Mutant, Heimdall, Sight, Animal Man, Ares, and Reverse Flash. So,
Yes.
do you think, before we go further into your matchups, do you think that there's improvements for your team?
Honestly, I think this is as best it's gonna get. I don't see, talking to Matt about it. I don't see, is there another way to make this team better? I think maybe in future sets, but currently, right now, I don't see where there is any way to make this team a little bit busted. I really don't. I don't see it.
And
Because
then to
every
mention your
piece has a
maps,
purpose to it.
do you
Go
think there
ahead.
was better maps, maybe?
No, I think the map choices were correct. You needed Rivals Respawn for the SLV matchup, unfortunately. The bunker's always a good map, regardless of what you do. And I think the other map that I have is Motendo.
Mm-hmm.
So Motendo wasn't bad. Or Halt Mutant or whatever, but no, I think the map choices are fine.
So how was it playing Beetlejuice though? Did you know? As the big question that everyone always asks is, was it fun playing Beetlejuice?
Honestly, I had a good time with it. It was kind of weird because like having a 22 defense at range seems pretty good, and or having a 20 defense up close, unless you chose combat reflexes with Animal Man, then you always have a 22 regardless. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It felt pretty good. Like I said, it's just the same thing. Obviously, it just depends on the matchups you get, but yeah, it felt pretty good playing that team.
Do you think that there's any team that you'd put Hell Jordan, Blue Lantern on besides
You
this
know,
one?
that's what I was trying to work out. Like, I know it sounds stupid, right? But I wanted to try it with Trigon, but I know it doesn't. I don't know. It's that figure that figure specifically seems like it's like I don't want to say not underwhelming. That's not the correct word. It's like it's not a piece that people would consider using, right? Because I think they feel that they have to, when you're building the team, you have to consider, like, okay, you got the Prime Sinestro is a consideration, but having a 19 defend doesn't seem that bad.
That's no joke,
Um,
even against the Sinestros.
yeah, because it's like, yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but it's a good figure, man. I think it's a sleeper figure. It's the best way I could say it.
I definitely think if you play on anything besides Beetlejuice, you do have to play Ace
Yeah, because I think
for
you need
outwit
you
protection.
need the outwit protection or whatever.
Big question: did you ever bring out Reverse Flash, or did you forget him like everyone else?
Ooh, I brought him out against Jalen Major. Against Jalen, yeah, I brought him out. That's the only time. Every other time, I forgot. That
Well,
was the
at
only
least you
time I
remembered
brought.
once.
Yeah. Well, it was Jalen Major, and there was no, he was the only one I brought him out.
Do you think if you remembered him more, or in any of your other matches, do you think he could have saved some of the matches?
Yeah. There was a couple times where I'm like, man, I really wish I had this reverse flash on board.
Okay,
So you
okay.
can-
Did you have any massive Ares bombs go off?
The only one that really went off was against forgot his name. I think it was my third round opponent. No, yeah, it was that one, and I think my second round opponent. That's the only time it really went. It was like targeting, I think, 8 characters on my second opponent, and I think the
Jesus,
third opponent was I think like 12.
that's crazy. I'm guessing Spider-Man.
Yeah, because I think we were as after the CCO no, the fall festive, right? We wanted to make changes to the team, and I I sent you and I said Maverick, man, I'm talking to you. You and Matt, the updated version of the team, and I know I sent it to Matt directly first, and I think then I sent it to you. But I said I think this is the way to do it as far as improvements, right? Because I feel like the double cap pick is good, but I think what I've realized playing it in that event was you really don't have the maximize the Ares bomb as you would want. Because Capeg is the single target, no defense powers, but when you Ares bomb, they have their defense powers. So it kind of defeats the whole
Yeah,
purpose of the Ares bomb. So
and Cat Bag
we,
himself is kind of a glass cannon, so yeah.
yeah. So it does give you kind of a little bit of a rollout. And then the other thing that as we learned, right, this was mostly practice, right? Um, the What's cool about this team, right? So I don't, because that was the one thing I was really worried about was not having 22 defense out of range, right? But I forgot that, and Matt actually brought it up during the event after the round was over. That hey, just so you know, the Spider-Man has Avengers, which the Cap Pack says adjacent or with the event as Guardian Avengers or adjacent have ESD. So he had ESD at a range at all times. So, but it was good practice. I think like Indiana State and then the Fall Fest, it was really really good. We got this team where it needed to be, and so obviously it did what it's supposed to do, and it got Matt second place. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty good. I mean, for where it started to where it's at right now.
All right, all right, all right. And then going over to the your matchups is first round was, I believe it was Jason Alvey, correct? Yeah, with his
Yeah,
Cosmic Crew team running Infinite at 150 with Animal Man, the Phoenix Rare, which from the new 97 set, and then Mogo with Avatar Phoenix Force, and then Black Symbiote. And then he
yeah.
also had Assist from Another World on sideline for Infinite, and he had Web Swinging as well. So how was that?
It was a wash. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. It's the what happens is like when you do free damage, there's nothing you really could do. So um, I think that we had about maybe 15, 20 turns. I know it was more than 15, but um, in that matchup, it's if people don't know, when Infinite, doesn't have any tokens and the bomb goes off, he deals damage, and so he kind of slowly crippled me away. So I mean, there's not much I really could say. I said the only thing I could do is score his support figures, and that's as far as that goes. But it's yeah, it wasn't looking good. I'll tell you that right now.
How effective was the assist from Another World into a second Infinite?
It was pretty effective because it took out Perdegaton, took out Copycat, crippled Hal Jordan, and then crippled Cat Peg, and then it put Spidey on his last click. So I'll say it was very effective.
Okay. And then going to your next matchup, which was against Stephen Clark. He was running Galactus at 80 points. The
Yeah, I think.
Legacy
Yeah.
with Animal Man. He was playing Coliseum, Captain America with Mjolnir. And then he had Cat Peg with Longsword, Sinestro Legacy, and then Aim Agent with the Cosmic Cube, Predagon with Ring of TK, Copycat, and then Lucas PJ Scott, and then he had Fortify Halt Mutant, and then yeah. So how was that?
That was a little bit difficult. Well, to a point, right? Because he had to roll 10 or 8, he had to roll high. And my first target was obviously the Colossal Sinestro, because if I don't take that out, I'm never going to hit anything else. So I took that out. He flipped, Halt Mutant on Galactus. So then, Galactus being, yeah, that's how that went, right? So
3x6.
I had, yeah, because so I had to flip. This is where Heimdall's fight came in clutch because, and we were talking about with Matt before. I was going to drop it, but I think I'm glad I didn't drop it because it was actually what made the difference. So Heimdall's side gives you a range of 8, right? Your minimum range becomes an 8. So I flipped that. He put Colossal Sinestro behind Galactus, trying to block him, but there was one square where I could get line of fire to. And I had hypersonic speed, and I shot him from 8 squares away. The problem with that was I had the dumpster fire next to me, so then that didn't help me at all. I had to roll 8s, which I got it. And I took that out. Then that's when the following turn I follow up on an Ares bomb, targeting all his characters. The stars aligned because Cat Peg rolled a 6 on Blades. So KO'd the Galactus. He had no defense.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I told him. I was like, if I don't take the shot now, then Galactus just heals and I can never take him out. So I have to roll 6.
But just binked him.
Yeah, and I know he wasn't happy about that. Like he was not happy about that.
I don't think anyone would.
Yeah, because it really went downhill from there. The one thing in that matchup, and this is where I was, and this is after the whole event was over. I was so pissed. And Matt kind of explained it to me, like your opponent's not obligated to, not help you, or it's not like he did it intentionally or whatever. But I forgot you scored 10 points. Kills the Coliseum. If I remember correctly, that's how it read. And when we totaled up,
I have it right here. Yeah, it's character score 10 victory points when they kill a character opposing to themselves that is within 2 squares of their arena marker.
Yeah. So this is where I made the mistake, right? And this is what cost me for not making top cut was he had 8 characters in the arena, and I scored 220, and that would have gave me 300 points. Now the reason I say this is because if you look at the bracket, it was 50 points away from making top cut to make top 8, and that's why
those 80 points would have pushed you.
Yeah, I would have made top cut.
Wouldn't they also have changed your following matchups in rounds 3, 4, and 5?
I was thinking the same thing. It might have changed the effect of the tiebreak.
So that's the thing. So like it could, if that did happen, but you also could have got a different match. Yeah, but anyways, that is interesting. to say the
Yeah,
least.
that's one thing that like. Yeah, I get it. I agree. It's like okay, yeah, your
I
opponent.
understand that characters aren't like, or people aren't, forced to say, hey, you scored an extra 10 points per character. But I think that's like unless he forgot himself, because I'm not going to lie, I didn't even know Captain America did that, and I have the freaking piece.
Dude, I forgot about that. I didn't even know either. I
So,
totally forgot about it until I read it. I was like, let me look at my matchups, and then sure enough, that was one thing that stuck to my head. I was like, what? Or that popped up. I'm like, God dang it! I could have made top card because of that. And it's funny. I realized that I'm like on the way home, or the car ride home is when I realized it. I was like, damn, I could have made top cut. But oh well, you live and learn.
yeah. So, I mean, that's just something to remember for next time. But yeah, still crazy. Um, I gotta ask: did the Cosmic Cube do anything in that matchup?
Well, I
Did
don't
that
even know
aim
what that
agent
does.
actually do
To be
something?
honest, I don't think I can't. I didn't even know he had that on his bill. To be honest with you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know what the thing does.
The Cosmic Cube can't do anything because it's a free action.
Oh, that's probably why. Because I was like, I don't know. All right.
All right, so moving from him, uh, I gotta say, because bringing up the free actions, how many times did you have to sit there and say, "No, you can't do that"? Was it like every game?
Yeah, that's about every game.
Did you have any mistakes and slip ups and a free action slipped by and then you were like, oh shit, like a turn later?
No, it was never like that.
Kept a pretty good eye on it.
For the most part, I mean, to a point.
So going to the next person you played was uh, Animal Army by Jacob A. Bishop. Which, looking at it, it is just a SOV with King Null. King Null, that's crazy. And then Falcon and Red Wing. Uh, was that Carousel, the Legacy with the pack. Then she obviously had the Sinestro Course Ring. The Phoenix, a Bat, Bystander, to combo with the Sinestro Core Bat. And then Lucas PJ Scott. And then they had Diabolical Bargain. Then they had Captain America, Morlin, Thanos, and Ultimate Hulk for the sideline for SOB. Because I'm doubting that they ever picked Jersey Devil.
Well,
I th-
so that team was like kind of like I don't want to say a gimmick, right? So I think the whole team with that was he was trying to get Jersey Devil. Like that's the team to do it. The problem was, right? So I lost that game, right? So to make long story short, right? Um, I lost the game because I couldn't roll 7 or better. Because I had the Hail Mary, dude. Like I scored 100 points. He brought out a Thanos, and I needed to roll 7 or better with his mind control to walk. Because we're on Rivals respawn to walk him to lava, so then he dies, and I scored 300 and win by mercy. But to make long story short, so the next round, right? Like to go into the next round, right? He actually, after I lost that game, right? He actually apologized. The next round because he said that because he actually played Matt that round, and he was generating the bystanders he was generating had a max. I think it was a max of 3, but this guy had like the whole starting area was covered in bystanders. So I didn't know because I didn't read the card. I'm thinking, okay, he's like, oh yeah, I've been practicing, or not
Max of
practicing.
3. Oh, the Carousel ones.
Yeah, and so I assumed I'm like, oh, he just keeps making them. And the King Cole, he made a mistake with that. But it's my fault because I didn't know. See, this is where the ignorance came in because I I assumed he knew what he was doing, and but he apologized, which is it's not the end of the world. He felt so bad, but I was like, dude, I'm not gonna take it personal. It is what it is. I told him I was like, I had my opportunity. I just needed to roll 7 or better, and that was the opportunity I had, and that was it.
How did this guy do in what was his record was 2-2. I was definitely thinking it wouldn't be very high. Yeah, he got 27th place. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, all my tiebreakers went down the toilet, dude. Holy crap. Seriously, if you look at all the tiebreaks I played, I'm like, dude. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, no. The definitely for sure the Animal Army team, that is a very bad team for SOV because he has no way to actually damage SOV except for Diabolical Bargain.
Well, no, he had the snake pit.
Which, I mean, you could destroy in a turn.
Yeah, but I mean, like, here's the other. I think what was the other thing? Rivals respawn helped a little bit, but I think it hurt him more. Well, I mean, it shouldn't. I mean, I can't even say that because he actually won the game, but
He didn't even
because
have
he actually.
Rivals Respawn.
No, I had the map, so
Yeah, I
I
know,
think it
but
was.
I'm just saying as a general for his team alone, this is a
Oh
very
no, I
bad
think he
SOV
put.
team.
Yeah, because he put that team together. He's just like, oh, I'm just gonna try this team out. I was like, oh, okay, try it out, see how it goes.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on from his team, focusing on yours. Let's move on to was this fourth round match, which was against Lobo Legion, which is played by Jalen Major.
Yeah, that was.
He he
Yeah,
was
I
playing.
felt bad. I felt bad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, so he
Like,
was playing Chase Nightcrawler at 75. With the Chemuline Flute, Lobo, Prime, Animal Man actually main forced, Spider Man, the 400 point Miles Morales with Mjolnir, Predagon, uh, Dora Milaje with a ring of TK. That's weird. And then the Phoenix by standard. And then he had Fortify and Resolve a Green. So let's hear about this. Why did you feel bad, Miguel?
let's see. I crit hit his animal man, so it got that's where it went bad, dude. I'm telling you, like Jalen did not have a good time, and I could tell. I was like, oh man, I'm like, dang, I'm sorry, Jalen. Um, but it was like the high defense, so it was like an 11 attack, 12 attack, 13. He's like, oh, I need to roll 8 or better, and Nightcrawler ain't doing it. I'll tell you that right now, because he's like, where are you getting this 20 defense? But
Crawler ain't doing
there's times where he pulse wave and he needed a 7. He couldn't roll that either. Yeah, it was not. And man, I'll tell you, it was not looking good in his favor. The no free actions killed his team, and that's you could see it. You could definitely see. You could have
Yeah, well,
saw it.
because they can't pick team. They can't use the team player.
Well,
Like
team player was just a
obviously,
Lobo.
Lobo makes it universal. But once a character dies with that team player, with that team ability, no one could have copied it to keep it on the board,
Yeah,
which sucks. So if you just if that Spider-Man dies, none of them copied it, so he's dead. No Spider-Man TA. It does. It definitely feels like the team, the Lobo team needs a little work.
yeah.
I'll
Because
say
he
that.
even said he said Lobo ain't it, but I mean the problem too. Like I forgot who am I. So one of the things that was pretty cool, right? And it actually came up in that match, right? So um this is I think the reason why I also like Hal Jordan for this, right? It's when he takes 2 damage, he gets support, right? So
Mm-hmm.
here's the funny trick to that, right? So Copycat then gets support. So then you could support back to Hal Jordan, back to top. Yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious. But that's what I'm saying. Like I was learning this team as we were playing in Indiana State, and that's when me and Matt were learning a lot as well. And I thought that was hilarious. I was like, holy crap! I was like, my Captain America took damage. I could support him with Hal Jordan, and then the Copycat could support Hal Jordan, and then so they both are top. I was like, this is kind of weird. But yeah, it was a funny interaction with that. But
So yeah, I think to go into Lobo teams a little bit. I think there is something with Lobo. I don't know about you, but I think that Lobo just hasn't been perfected yet.
I think in
And
Silver Age is where he shines the most. I think that's where he's gonna.
one
He's.
hundred
I think
percent.
he's gonna. I think he does it in Silver Age. I
I
just
mean,
don't see
there's
him in.
like you could get every freaking TA in Silver Age super easily.
Like I said, it's like I can't really speak much of the matches. It's mostly your opponent's not using free actions, and it's a high defense. It's a high defense defensive shell team.
Um. So then, moving from that match, we could go into your last match, going into uh, Cut, which is Abomination Army. It looks like you full wiped it. It was Nate White playing it, and this is just a duplicate of Patrick Fraser's team with A Bomb with Animal Man, Spot with God Killer Sword, Manifold with Ring of TK, Black Panther Legacy Chair Panther, Predegaton with Sinestro Corpse Ring, Copycat, Lucas PJ Scott with Fortify Halt Mutant Web Swing, and uh, I think all I gotta say for this thing before you go and talk about it is none of his characters can literally do freaking anything because of Beetlejuice. Like every single one of those characters is
Yeah.
free action.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier in the beginning. Right, was the difference between so the difference between what Nate and Pat did. Right. So Nate, I'm sure Nate did. I don't think Nate practices. I don't want to even say that. There's a couple things that I was kind of surprised. So like in the beginning, right? You know the upper body, right? The one that it's like the fortify, right, for the
Yeah,
terrain marker.
the hindering I believe it's a 2x2. Yeah,
Yeah,
when a character occupies this terrain marker would take damage, they may choose to destroy the terrain. If they do, they take a max of 1. Yeah.
yeah, because that's the first thing I did was take that away from Prime Abomination because I went first, right? And I took that. Then I did my little setup. I grouped up, and then it went back to him. So he flipped Motendo. Um, So then he put Prime Abomination behind the wall instead of in water terrain, which that's what Pat did against Matt, right? So it's like it makes you pass turn. It kind of went downhill from here because I think what really came in clutch was a dumpster fire. The dumpster, like I said, as I'm telling people how to beat this team, the dumpster fire, the -1 attack. Um, so it helps in the sense that when they attack your prime, I think Prime Abomination is 13 or 14 attack. I can't remember. I think it's 14, right?
Prime A Bomb without any modifiers is 12 attack.
So then he's a 13 because of his trait. So
Yeah.
so a when he attacks right from the next to the dumpster fire, now you have a 12 on a 20. You got to roll 8s, and that was not happening.
Yeah. And you also
And it
have, I believe, how many probs do you have on your team?
I got, I believe it's 3. It's Copycat, Predegaton, and the Juice.
How many of those 3 actually could see the attacker most of the time? Obviously, Degaton could see anyone, but how often was Beetlejuice or Copycat seeing the attacker?
Majority of the time, because you have to position in a way where if you know they're gonna go for your the juice, put as many props as possible to help in your situation. But yeah, because I just think like the prime. I'm not gonna, like I said, it's a good team. I think that Prime Abomination team that Pat and Nate ran. Um, it's a really really good team. Like I said, I think when I hit him with Cap Peg for 6 damage, he fortified. Then I attacked. Then um, that's when I followed up with an Ares bomb, and like I said, it kind of went downhill from there because Prime Abomination just once you get hit once, that's kind of a wrap. You're not hitting this team at all. But and he knew it too. After I took that out, some of the support pieces. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it at that point. I was taking out the support pieces. He only had Share Panther left, and Spot never did anything. Spot was basically a useless character on his force.
So you're saying you cooked him? That's what you're
Yeah,
trying to say. You're trying to say you just cooked his ass.
yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, it was bad. It was a slaughter. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sure he'll get me Chicago though.
If he's you know what? If you play Juice again and he's playing this shit again, you already win.
Well, not really, because I think he probably learned from his mistakes, right? I think he knows now that if you're flipping the Mutant, if you're not Mutant, if you're flipping the Halt Mutant, right? One shot
Yeah,
of Prime A Bomb, and he's got Animal Man. You walk him in water terrain, but
but I think with Matt's matchup, I think that proved as well that it doesn't even really matter if he did the correct
well,
stuff.
it falls on
Like,
dice rolls to be honest. 'Cause, like some of the stuff that like if you saw the match against Pat, it came to dice rolls and placement, but mostly dice rolls.
he's what you're just hoping that Prime A Bomb doesn't one shot you. That's it.
That's all you're hoping for.
Because if he one shots you, you just auto lose. So I mean, it's not. With how it is, and the way you position, you could really nullify him getting the first attack. And if he doesn't get the first attack, in attacking Juice specifically, you kind of just go and as long as you hit him once, he'll beat it at 3 damage, and he can't one shot you anymore.
Yeah, because I think this team I think is budget friendly. I think I don't think this team is expensive to make.
Well, I'd say the only expensive parts is Halt Mutant. Um,
Not really. Home Mutant's like what, $7?
I think he was going for like 15, right?
No way, it's going for 15. That was $7, dude.
I don't know now. Animal Man's still like $20 for whatever freaking reason.
Animal Man. There's no reason. Well, no way. Animal Man is $20.
Yeah, bro, I guarantee you, if you go to the first listing on eBay, someone's trying to get rid of him for 20.
Yeah, yeah, from what? That's a different Animal Man, dude. He's like $70. Yeah, you're
Talking
looking
about
at
the
the wrong
super
Animal
rare.
Man, dude. Yeah, $70.
No way, I haven't seen him go for 70 in like forever.
Bro, he was gonna go. Yeah, well, you need to play the game more often, Maverick.
Dude, I
Is what we.
last time I checked, he was going for like 20 to 30, bro.
Yeah, that's when like release day when people weren't using him as much. But yeah, he's $70, dude. It's the well, not the auto include, but he is a good figure. You're looking at the wrong Animal Man, dude.
Let me see
But
right now. What's he going for? No fucking way.
Yeah, I
That's
told you, man.
crazy. There's so many people that had extra, bro. That's fucking crazy. Anyways, so then in that case, Animal Man is quite expensive. Uh,
Well, let's see.
uh,
So we got
Hal
things.
Jordan's dirt cheap. Destroyer is like a 10, 15, $20 equipment. Um,
Yeah, Megaton for some whatever reason, right? For whatever reason, that thing's a $30 rare. I was
which
like,
one?
for Degaton.
Oh yeah, Degaton's yeah.
I was
Or
like, holy
it's the same
crap!
thing with Avatar of Animal. They make no sense for being that much. They're fucking unique. Anyways, Copycat is whatever Deadpool, Cupid Deadpool costs. I think that's what like a $40 thing.
I thought it was that, but I could be wrong.
400 Spider Man. That's again that's like $40. Um, Mjolnir is not that cheap because you have to buy the Thor.
Well, it's like $30. That's not too bad.
Cat Peg is quite expensive.
Yeah, that's the one that it's kind of hard to get because it hasn't been viable in a hot minute.
And then Longsword again, it's like what another like $40 to get Displacer Beast. So for those, Fortify, someone will probably give it to you. Heimdall Sight, same thing. Ares, I think he's going for $10. Uh, Reverse Flash, I'm pretty sure is around like $40, maybe. Still,
Reverse Flash being 40, dude. Like, no
I
way.
bought, I bought mine for like I bought mine for like 30.
Okay, you ain't lying though, because there's one listing right now for like $45.
Exactly, like dude, he dirt fucking cheap, bro. He was the most pulled prime in
Oh,
MOT.
you know, it's funny. I got that Reverse Flash from Matt because I didn't pull one. Yeah, that's what.
What? Heart shape herb. People give those away. Phone booth is what $40 because you gotta buy Superman. Dumpster fire is probably $10 to find it on eBay. Uh, Rivals respawn, Major Brock's bunker. Those are not gonna be cheap. Those just from the distributor, they're $50, and I don't even think you could buy them anymore. So you know they're probably like a good $100 maps.
Yeah, but you don't have to play those maps too. You could play something else.
You
That
need you definitely need Major Box Bunker if you were to play, and same thing with Rivals Respawn, because if you don't have Rivals Respawn, how do you kill or how do you beat SOV? I just don't think it happens.
yeah, because like, I mean, you could do all the things, but I mean, that's each of their own.
But yeah, for the most part, as an average meta, specifically meta team, it is on the budget side.
Yeah, I know. We're not talking about my Tri Sentinels, man. I mean, that's.
Yeah, fuck,
Ooh.
dude. Yeah. Screw your $150 cards that you
Uh,
have like four of and shit. Like,
like
get out of here.
it's like 250 now, but yeah, we're not counting those.
250? They went up? Nah, on eBay they're going for like 150.
I mean, last time I checked, they were like 250 on eBay, but
No way,
that's people were
dude.
asking. I have to pick up a fourth Tricentennial anyway, because I have the four
This
legacy.
guy, bro. All right, Lucas. Like, calm down.
I know. I guess they're switching my name, dude. Yeah, because look,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
there.
We're gonna have to start calling you Tri Sentinel Cock Miguel. Like,
Uh, the Valiant. What is it? This one place. Yeah, there's some 250 basically for a Tricentennial Legacy card. So that I'm
let's see
talking
here.
about
So the
1,000
Tri
bucks.
Sentinels themselves are going for around $70. You can't even buy the fucking legacies on eBay anymore.
There was a lot of posters, but I think there's only one right now. that's on a bid.
People just
I'm good.
like yoink those things.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because when they were going, they were like 150 each. So you got what? If we did the math right now, my God, Sentinels are going for 70 each. So you're looking at you got 3 of those right now. Bro, you got $810 sitting on a table right now. Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, because I think, man, I was gonna use them in Adepticon, dude, but I guess they're not doing hero clicks at Adepticon. It's kind of upsetting, dude. But that's what I planned out for. Like, I was gonna go to Champion Clicks, and I'm gonna go to
Well,
Adepticon.
you'll still have other events. It's not like
Yeah, but
Adepticon not being a thing is like the end of the world.
yeah, I
You
gotta
know?
figure out how to carry these. But then it's funny because I have an extra Colossal Sinestro now. It just like magically appeared in a trade, but so now I got 2 of those, and it's looking pretty good. I don't know what I'm building with, but it's looking pretty good.
So going from Indiana States, so um after talking about your matchups, I know at the beginning you said how you feel about Juice, but did it feel like there was any did you feel like playing this team compared to others that you've played in the past, did you feel like a shift in how you felt playing and also how your opponents felt playing?
So like the shift that I felt playing this team, right? It's not really my play style. I didn't like it at all. This is more of like a Matt Liner's play style because this is not me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So
You
bad.
have to be technical with this crap. Um, yeah, this ain't the time, dude. Like I'm good. Um, I like playing like with Pogs. That's what I like to do. But it's mostly because the Chase Doctor Doom is my favorite figure right now. But yeah, this ain't the team for me. I just think that it's too much technicality, or it's too technical in the sense that like you have to. It's like you have to do the correct play, and you
You
have to
have to be
play.
way more optimal in your decisions than
Yeah, because that's what also you have to be more aware of your matchups too. But that's what you have to know when to be aggressive, when to do something. Because like I said, there was turns where like I literally all I did for 2 turns was move, and that's all I did. And it's like it didn't feel like it was an impactful turn, and so it eats up the clock. Um, So yeah, I just didn't. I don't think this is my team. It's not a bad team. I'd tell anybody you could pilot it, but I don't. I think I'll play something else.
I mean, anyone could pilot any team. It's just the matter of how well it gets piloted.
In line there.
And then going into how your opponents felt. What was were they salty ever? Were they like this just sucks? Were they like, oh, it's not that bad? What was their
I think the only person that didn't feel that it was bad was Jason Alvey. I think my other opponents just felt like crap. They're like, this kind of sucks. Yeah, I can't do my free actions, can't do my cool stuff. Um, Yeah, that's. I think Jason was had. Well, I mean, because he won, but I mean, I think he even said he's like, this is probably the funnest match I had playing against a Juice, and I wasn't even like upset about it. So
yeah? So I mean, that that right there. All I'm gonna say is that says something. Uh, that everyone
I mean,
else
I thought
disliked it.
if you're trying to like anybody, if you're trying to like really pilot the team, I guess anybody really can do it.
I'm just
It's
saying
not.
on the opinion on Juice.
Oh, Juice is not bad, dude. I think he. he needs. I don't know. People say he needs to go. I think he's all right. I think that you need something. You need a figure to kind of slow down the gameplay.
But like the thing is I mean, as you said it, your opponents felt like shit playing against it. That should not happen.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really control like how someone's gonna feel about it. At the end of the day, I
True,
mean,
but I mean,
I
go
I
on.
get it, right? It's like it's a crappy feeling, but at the same time, that at the end of the day, that if you knew what you were getting, well, I shouldn't say that, right? I think if I don't know how to say it, how to word it. It's the it's not how would man, it's kind of hard to put in words. I'm just trying to think. Um, you shouldn't. I don't know. I want to say don't take it personal, right? But at the same time, it's like you have if you're going to a big event, expect it to happen, right?
I don't think anyone takes it personal per se, right? I think it's just, I mean, it should say something that when all your matchups that they felt like shit, except for like one, and he said like this is the funnest I've had, the funnest time I've had playing against shoes, which that means that other times he didn't feel good about it, right? But we're taking that as a majority scale of pretty much all your matches, right? And it wasn't like a couple of them said, "Oh, it wasn't that bad," and a couple of them said, "Oh, it sucked." It was almost all of them that said it sucked. Which I mean, that just shouldn't. There shouldn't be a
Yeah,
majority
no,
scale of
but
that.
right. If you're going to a big event, expect there to be Beatles. That's all I can really say. I mean,
I'm not
you
saying it as a personal scale, Miguel. I'm
no, no,
saying it
no.
as like a word out to whiz kids that should say something.
I'm sure Beetlejuice is going to retire next year anyway, so just he'll stick around for a year or less than a year, I should say.
Torment more people, torment
I
another
mean,
worlds.
wins it wins. I hope people keep using the Beetlejuice, right?
Well, obviously we hope they keep using it so he gets freaking banned or nerfed. You know,
I don't see him getting nerfed anytime soon. I really don't see it.
well, me neither because of the freaking you know it's a
You
Warner
paid
Brothers
money.
piece.
I mean, you paid money for it.
Yeah, we paid money for it, and definitely it's already got its use out. It's got a whole year of making multiple many a good at least half of the community dislike it, and I think after that point it should have zipped out. You didn't hear that many. You didn't hear half the community bitching about porters. But yet they left a whole year early for what reason? No one knows because we understand why they left, but it's still just like this guy is still here after a year. You know, it's just it's yeah. Anyways, back in the states, um, going to Illinois before we get to Wisconsin's. I don't know which one's first or whatever, but I think talking about staying in the modern age perspective, it'll be at Dice Dojo if I'm correct, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to run into city traffic.
Yeah, Chicago traffic fucking sucks. Um, I just hope that you guys could find parking easily. That's what that's what I'll say. I hope you guys are able to find good parking.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking an Uber, but I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like the fact that it's in Chicago. But oh well.
Dice. Oh, I'm in past events. Anyways, so going into the next 300 modern states that you'll be attending, obviously, there's many others. Um, are you thinking of playing the same team?
Uh that's the thing. People are telling me that I should do it. Talking to other people that's not in our group. I'm not mentioning any names. Um, they think I should go with this other team and see how it does to see if it's any good or not. But I have two teams in mind that I'm thinking about doing. Um, one doesn't. Well, let's see. One loses to Beetlejuice in general, and then the other one it's kind of like a hit or miss. So I don't know. I'm still in the tossing ideas to see which is the way to go.
Well, as you always say, play whatever makes you happy, or that you will enjoy the most gameplay out of. Because as you've
Yeah,
already said that Juice is not your play style. so
yeah. That's not for me. I ain't gonna lie to you.
so if you'll feel better about playing something else, then I say play something else. Um. So next on that, uh, do you think you'll see the same teams, uh, from Indiana, or do you think there's going to be a bigger difference in teams?
I think there might be a couple teams that they might copy and paste. I think the one team that stuck out to me the most was Alex's team with the Prime. Who the heck was that? Prime. I can't think. John Stewart. That's what.
Uh,
Prime John
oh,
Stewart.
Alex. I thought you were saying
Yeah.
Alex's.
So
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was a crazy
Uh,
team when I saw that being played on camera. I was like, "Holy shit! Someone actually brought John Stewart Prime." Um,
yeah, I think what I liked about that team, right, that catches people off guard was the so when Prime John Stewart hits, right, you lose all your keywords, but then you gain the ultraviolet keyword for
and then you
core.
can't use equipment.
That too. But here's another thing, right? So it also helps you like Abscissa, so you can't revive an X-Men.
I never thought of that.
That
That's
was
hilarious.
that's not it wasn't like a gotcha moment, but that's like, oh crap, you can't do it.
That's definitely a gotcha moment when it happens,
Yeah.
bro.
Because it happened to a couple people, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I'm like watching. I'm like, "That's wild."
Yeah, I never really thought how. Oh my god, it affects every ring bearer
Yeah. So
because they
it's
can't generate their shit anymore. That is a absolutely crazy. I
yeah.
would
People
never have
probably didn't
thought of
know
that.
about. Yeah, and that's a gotcha moment. So like, now that I said it, I mean, I'm sure you guys will. Well, it's only a couple people listen to this anyway. So
Yeah, but I doubt anyone. It's info out there. Like it's better for the community to know things than to keep things like that secret. You know what I mean? Like gotcha moments. I don't think gotcha moments should exactly be
well, it
secret.
wasn't even a gotcha moment. It's just like if you didn't know, you didn't know. But I mean, it's yeah, like I said, it was interesting to see. I was like, "Holy crap!" But
That is crazy. Uh, do you think Infinite still has a place in the meta, or do you think Infinite is just another team that exists?
no, I think I think he's got potential, man, because he could get, he could easily score support pieces and whatnot.
Um, So, knowing that about the next states, do you think SOV will take another win? If you had to do a
Uh,
prediction.
so the only reason I'm saying yes, right? 'Cause I think Logan won it last time, or Logan. Yeah, I think Logan won it, right? I
One
can't
what?
remember. Chicago States, or was it Rick?
Logan's never won
Uh
states, if I'm correct. Oh, I think
well, I'm
Logan's only big win was Adepticon, right? I'm not.
I
I don't want to say that as like granted.
no,
I
no, I don't
believe
know.
it
I don't
is.
remember. I thought one of them won Chicago States. I can't remember which one, right? I thought
Um,
one of them,
no,
but
I don't. I thought he. I thought he got second place in Chicago States. Because it was last
uh,
time it was Silver Age, right?
well, I'm putting my money that I think one of them two, I think is going to win Chicago States.
Oh, he said it. He said it.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to speak it into existence, right? Or the other funny part would be, well, I shouldn't even say it like that. The other thing I could see happening is Chef sneaks in and takes it, and then you got Steve, which comes in like right behind everybody and knocks everybody out of the water. That would be pretty funny though, right? I'm not saying that that's like as a bad thing, but it would be pretty funny to see that happen.
He
Because
just
they were like,
yoinks it.
yeah, you going to like, who's this guy?
ROC. Hold on, let me look up Dice Dojo.
Oh, they're doing this guy's investigating, dude.
No, because I don't think. You got
Dude,
me
I
like
thought one of
questioning
them
it.
won it, dude. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, because if I go here and I go there, if I just do this, and I go to events, now it'll bring them all up. And then I just type in date. There we go. What last year was 2024? Is it man? Standings. Yeah, Logan got second place. It was Robert Gallagher that got first. Yeah.
Ah, never mind.
Yeah, because
Well, I
it
mean,
was silver. Yeah, Logan was. It was. I believe it was a close matchup. Um, if I'm correct, I don't want to say that and be wrong, but I. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Logan had second place in that matchup. But that was also Silver Age in Illinois. So, um,
yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying.
know,
I think one of them
I
might get it, but we'll see.
yeah, I hope someone from the group does. You know, um,
Yeah, that's the big hope, right?
yep. Moving from modern though, we could move into Silver Age. Um,
Yeah, so
Starting.
sounds enthusiastic about this.
So up and coming is Wisconsin states, and they're let me pull it up. Wisconsin RC states. There it is. 400 Silver Age. So what do you think of Silver Age in its current state right now? If you had to actually, you know, sit down and look over Silver Age compared to the last couple of years that they did it, how do you feel?
I think they're doing pretty good as far as updating things as it needs to be addressed or needs to be on the ban list or whatever. Um, I think that's the big improvement, but there's not much you could say right now until we get into states or whatever.
Do you think there's any improvements right now to Silver Age? That
Yeah,
you
I think. Oh, as far as like, do I think there should be an improvement on?
yeah. Like, obviously, there's been improvements, but like, do you think that there's anything that they either missed or you think could just be better?
Um, there's not much I could think of. I think I enjoy playing Silver Age more than Modern, but I mean, there's certain things on the ban list that kind of sucks. Like I want like the Necro Sword. I don't feel like it should be on there, but
The Necros, shut up.
I don't know, man. It's like the one equipment that I wish it still, you could use,
Oh, that
but
thing should never exist ever again.
yeah,
I stand with that.
it
I'm just
makes no useless. Like it makes this figure just useless without Necro Sword. But
nah. I definitely think that Necrosword should be removed. Just like
look
Maggot.
up. Yeah, the maggot restriction's stupid because
You can't play
it's
multiple
already
anymore.
Highlander, so you can't play the more than one. And it's like, what is maggot doing that causes like the game to be broke? It's like,
Even before that, it made no sense for him to be banned because he's not fucking broken. Like, what are people gonna play multiples of him and then just go across the map and do literally nothing?
well, you can't even play
You know?
multiples anyway because it's Highlander.
No, I understand that, but before it became Highlander, like there was still no point for him to be on the restricted list, anyways. But going from that point of other things on the restricted list that make no sense, I believe it's Prime uh, Vulture. Why is that on there? He can't make more than one attack anymore after the first. You know, it's like there's just certain characters that don't need to be on there. Um,
There's a lot of characters that like I'm like, why is this on there? And they don't give an explanation. That's what I don't like about. I think that's the
like
one thing to do. Like if you're gonna update the ban list, give an explanation why this figure got into the ban list.
yeah,
I think that
that
would
would be
have,
great. I never even thought of that.
yeah, that would be something they should do. Explain, because you see the figure and then you're looking at the figure. It's like, why is this on the ban list? Like, and then you have to ask someone else, and then someone else tells you or whatever. But it would be nice to just explain like, this is the reason why we put this guy on the ban list.
Yeah, like a great example is like I'd love an example on why um what's his name no I can't remember his name now Ghost Riders on the ban list, you know, like does he absolutely need to be, you know what I mean? Just and there's multiple other characters like that too. Like MOEs shouldn't have. There's also some characters on the restricted list that are just, it's like kind of like why. Um, but yeah, it would be nice to have a explanation why. I agree there. Um, do you think that your team for Silver Age has it improved since last year?
I think it did. I think looking at the flaws and the stuff that came out this year, I think it's gonna be the big improvement for the team. Um, it would have been nice if Strange Tales was legal because I really wanted to well, not Tricenals, but Legacy Dormammu, but it'd have to be some other time.
What are you most worried about in Silver Age? If you had to think of something to be worried about, what would it be for Silver Age?
Any figure that doesn't share a keyword with me. Well, I
That's a
can't. I
pretty good
can't do
one.
anything. I mean, that's the best way I could say it. I mean, I don't know what to say.
So that's the hint for everyone. The character that doesn't
Dude, I'm
share
sure
food with
they already know. If they listen to the last
everyone
one.
knows what you're gonna say.
They should know. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but I'm not gonna share it yet
Yeah, if you
because
don't
I'm still
know
fine
what
tuning it.
Miguel's playing, he's playing the Mandarin with all the rings.
There you go, the Mandarin. He's wearing. He has
Oh
the
man,
rings. Like I never heard of a man with power wearing a ring, but I guess that's the joke, right?
man, how good is that Mandarin? I haven't looked at him in like forever. I wonder if he actually is playable. Um, but yeah, so it sounds like it'll be a fun adventure for Silver. Do you think that there's gonna be any gotcha moments this year in Silver Age?
I don't think so, dude. I think they're doing pretty good. It's trying to like keep updated with the ban list and all that stuff. Like, so you should have a rough idea. But I still think, like I said, Silver Age is an open field. So one thing that I was telling Matt that I think if you're playing Silver, like you're going to play Silver Age for your first time or whatever, you want to stick to something that you know. If it works, that's something that you're okay with it. Okay with to stick to that combo. I mean, you're not gonna counter everything. I'll tell you right now. You're not countering everything, or you're not gonna be able to prepare for everything for all the
There's
other
just no way.
previous rounds.
Yeah,
There's no.
there's
It's physically impossible. So that's why I tell people like it's just matchups, dice rolls, and then knowing your stuff or whatever. That's basically it. Stick to a
yeah,
combo that you're
the
gonna
only way
remember.
that there's something that's prepared for everything. If there's like a character combo that just hasn't been brought up yet, which the community's so good at finding it that I don't think that there's one that has been found yet. Um, there's still some things in the back pocket, obviously, for some uh, things for this year, but I think that definitely the majority of like, if you just actually know about the figure, then you know, if you think hard enough, you'll piece the pieces together. But I think that there's a lot of most huge combos that like break the game are already known. So
Well, if there's a combo that's in the works, right? And they're obviously the person who came up with the combo is not gonna like tell whiz kids
obviously
like, hey, you
not.
need to
No.
address this. They want to win with her first, and then say, hey, yeah, you need to address this.
Yeah, just like multiple other Silver Age events has gone on, but I think we're at the point where it's like the combos now. There's obviously like a couple. They're few and far between though, for sure. But I think that the combos right now, if you really study Silver Age for a hot minute and you really think about all the possibilities, you'll come up with the some standout teams. But I definitely think that it'll be a interesting look in the Silver Age, and I really hope that a Temple team wins Silver Age because that would be freaking hilarious. uh,
That's doable.
well, I'd rather have a Temple team win than a normal team. I miss when Temples were top tier teams.
Nah, the good old days, but yeah, we'll have to do another Hel Talk with Matt.
Yeah, to
Can't
get
do it right
his
now.
info.
Otherwise he'll wake up the whole house, and then
I told him to just
he'll get
sit in the Miata in the garage.
yeah, run the Miata in the garage. Yeah, that's a good idea,
Well, he
Matt. I
doesn't have
think
to run it. He just sits in it.
yeah. So you want him to freeze to death?
Bro, it's not that, dude. Oh, okay. Yep, I want. Yep, I want him to run the car in the garage. That's exactly what I want. Yep.
He's gonna play some sad depressing music. Yeah, yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, but
Matt's
yeah.
gonna listen to the recording and be like, "What the?" But anyways, quick note. From the unofficial sponsors of Hell, Cliff Nut Butter Bars. Um, I gotta say, I had one a couple nights ago. Uh, and it still works, man. It's no joke. It still energizes you and makes you feel really, really freaking good. And if you're craving something delicious, that you need to fuel your day, it's definitely Cliff Nut Butter Bars. And the biggest thing is how smooth and creamy the nut butter filling is when you take those excellent bites.
I don't know how you guys could say that with a straight face.
Well, when you do that, now I can't. But uh, just a quick note: they're packed with real nut butter. And the bars have 5 to 7 grams of plant-based protein to keep
This
you
fucking
going
guy's reading off the food label, dude.
during the super long clicks events that we all know about. Worlds is a 2-day event, and Cliff Nut Butter Bar will get you through both those damn days for 300 modern, and that goes for 400 silver as well. So, please try a Cliff Nut Butter Bar and enjoy the creaminess slide down your throat. And I think that's about it for this episode of Hel Talk. Until Matt isn't uh isn't locked up in his own house where he can't do anything. So I guess
I'm
we
sure
can end
Matt will
here.
do a solo recording or he'll ask us to join, but I think we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, till next time.